Hello pilots of the internet and welcome to PowerUp. In this video I'm teaching you how to fold the beautiful thermal, which is an excellent paper airplane that's going to work really well with your POWERUP 4.0 modules. And in this overhead view you can see it's got these nice swept back wings, and better yet, it is even very easy to fold. So with that said, let me show you this plane in flight and then I'll teach you how to fold it. All you need in order to fold thermal is a square sheet of paper and some scissors. But if you want this to work with your POWERUP 4.0, you want your square to be 11 inches by 11 inches. And to do that, you can just cut down a sheet of US tabloid paper. 11 by 17 is a pretty standard size, or some A3 paper, which is larger in both dimensions than 11 inches. So that's pretty easy to attain from any local office store. And with that said, we're going to go ahead and begin just by folding this corner here to that corner there. So I rotate this and just pull toward myself. You want your crease to go from this corner to that corner there. And we'll go ahead and open that up and fold from this point to this point. Oops. And we'll open that up as well. And now we just want to position our square so that we have our diagonals making an X rather than a plus sign. And I'm going to fold this right edge here to the left edge. And I can open the paper back up into this orientation. And next I'm going to fold this top edge here so that it lands right at the intersection of this X. And I want to make sure I land my center crease here on my center crease there. Sweep out from the center. And your paper should look like this. Next we're just going to fold this edge right here into the center. And we'll do the same thing on the other side as well. And your plane should look like this before we go ahead and open those back up on either side. And next we want to fold this edge here to land on the crease we just made. And I'm going to rotate this just because I like to work this way here. And you can see I'm actually going to leave just a slight gap. You may not be able to see on camera, but I'm leaving a slight gap between the edge and the crease. Really just a millimeter or two, because I'm going to, in the next step, fold this in like so. And I want that to be able to happen smoothly. If you fold your edge all the way to the crease, it may be a little less smooth. So here I'm going to work on this side now, folding my edge to that crease. Again, leaving just a slight gap. And I'll rotate it into this position. And next, what I want to do is I want to fold each side in using those existing creases, but then also tuck this flap here into the pocket and this flap here into the pocket, just like so. And now I'll go ahead and fold the paper in half away from myself. The next step is to fold this point here to land it on this existing crease we have. So I'm going to go ahead and do it, and then I'll explain to you exactly how I determined the way in which I want to make this crease. Okay, so you can see I landed this point here on this crease right here. And what I tried to do is I tried to make, and I don't think I succeeded perfectly, but that's totally fine. I tried to make this, the angle between this edge here and that edge there, 90 degrees, so that this would kind of be a square. And the angle of this here is already going to be 90 degrees, but I want this basically to be a symmetrical triangle where this angle here is the same as that angle. And that's the idea anyways. If you can manage that, great. Again, the key is this edge needs to be perpendicular or 90 degrees in relation to this edge here. And once you've done that, you can open your plane back up and grab your scissors, and you're going to want to cut this triangle off using that line you just made as your guide. Okay, so our plane should now look like this. And now we're just going to fold the wing, and we basically just want to grab the paper, you know, a little more than ½ an inch above the nose right here, and fold down straight from the front to the back. Your crease should be parallel to this bottom edge. So there's one wing. I'll just flip it over and fold the other wing to match. Okay, so looking good there. Now we're just going to fold winglets on the tips of our wings here that will provide some additional directional stability. So just a small fin there. Flip it over and fold the other one to match. And you want these, you want the back edge here to land on this existing back edge. That's how you know you are creating these perpendicular to that back edge and parallel to the direction of travel. And now, one last thing before we open our wings up, I'm going to kind of hold my plane like this and grab my scissors. And what I want to do is find kind of the halfway point between the bottom edge, what will be the bottom edge of the fin, this crease made right here. The halfway point between that point and this point right here. And I'm just going to make a slight cut, and I'm holding both wings together so that this cut's going through both layers. Just a real slight cut in the back like so, because when we open our wings up, we can now bend those up as elevators on either side. And you can see this is a finished thermal. All we have to do now is go ahead and connect our POWERUP 4.0 module. And you can see I've already got the crossbar on mine, but if you don't have the crossbar, all you have to do, or already on, so all you have to do is line it up like so, twist it until it snaps, and now you find your prongs. You just slide those onto the front like so, and you are ready to fly. If you want, you can go ahead and use a little bit of tape to connect your module to the plane so that even if it crashes, the module doesn't become disconnected and potentially lost. That's unlikely, but it's just an extra precaution. And there you go. You are now ready to fly this plane, so I wish you the best of luck in doing that. Thank you so much for watching. As always, be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content, and check out our Indiegogo page to get your very own POWERUP 4.0. The link is in the description.